following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Yeah, well, I'm plumping away for it. Just the arm that has the SMG pop out is the one I've got free. Otherwise, I've got gas cylinder over shoulder.
Oh, you can mount that.
But I have mounts for guns. So
you also have one heavy weapon mount. If you're not using it, you could put the cylinder on that.
We do have a trolley, a dolly.
Okay.
You realise your armor's actually got a built-in.
Yeah, it's just in case for some reason we get separated from the ship.
Because
like this mission has already gone very, very arsey for us because of the neglect.
And the last time we went into a place where it had a bad atmo, we did wind up needing the oxygen tanks.
Yeah, we did. Remote.
Yeah, it's on my list to buy a personal one.
You've also got one.
A small one.
He had more one than normal because he's a quarry.
You need the air recycling system.
Yeah.
All right, let's trudge there. That's
there you see a very damaged Solarian ship. That's probably about if you took two of these rooms end on end.
Okay.
Oh, little monkey ship.
First crash ship. I'm going to use my. Put the CA5 away. Pull out my sniper scope, and I'm going to check it for signs of weapons fire damage. And I get a +5 on that spot check because I'm scoped. I'm remembering to do it. So that is on another screen.
What skill to roll to identify what type of ship? Could it be
27.
Like a battleship or specifically used for science type craft?
I'm trying to remember what you used before because I know you're a quarry and they have pretty good knowledge of ships. You nailed exactly. I remember you nailed that fucking Krogan ship the last time you rolled this by getting an at 20. I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you rolled then. I think it's just like a repair, but you get they give you a Quarian
bonus. Yeah.
I have a Quarian ship package. What would be my... Oh, no, and I have an extra too, because I haven't actually had one. So
while you're looking that up, low gain, there is definite weapons fire damage to the engines. Looked like it was shot from behind.
Rail cannon damage?
Possibly. There's a lot of scoring.
Can I look at the size of the punctures and determine what kind of caliber or size ship would be able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And 21 is the package for identifying the ship.
You're not exactly familiar with the exact model, but it is a Solarium. You would say, what would it be classed as? Solarian exploration cruiser?
An exploration cruiser.
Like science-based one, so they normally have more scientific.
But it would be armed as well, probably.
Basic weapons, nothing. Yeah.
Age-wise?
Well, it's finished now.
We can't sell it.
No, when it's age-wise, how long does it look like it's been here for? Is it an older ship?
You'd be able to tell that by looking at the sand around it, how much is built up against the sides of the thing.
I think that would be
probably about
through a scope. We need to see from here.
I'll do that as well once I've heard back from
I've got my Zoom 3 on my helmet, so...
17, was it? Mm-hmm. Can you make an additional tactics roll?
Tactics.
Well, Logain's scooped up musically. I just want to stand by him in the spotter position and just normally scan the area.
24.
Yeah.
So just if people tried to make it out and run away, just looking for bodies that won't be lying out in the open.
the most likely thing you can think of is either a frigate or larger, or potentially the station's cannons themselves.
Station, yeah.
Frigate or larger or station did this damage. And then I will double up on Tiala's looking for how
Why would the station open fire on their own research?
Nah. Because
The
it's not
stations?
them.
But that's what I'll
Salo's
say out
one,
loud.
you get. It looks like the ship is. One of the reasons you don't necessarily recognise it is you think it might be a newer design you haven't heard of, you haven't seen, but like an upgrade of one of the older models of Solarian ships you are familiar with. Based on your knowledge, it looks like it hasn't been here any more than you would guess between 2 weeks and a month. You'd have to know more about mostly about like the planet as far as what it's comprised of and what the weather is like as far as like it covering it in dust and so forth. What did you get?
I rolled a 22, and I'm just looking for bodies or trails away from the ship, or other landing spots, like another ship came down to check on it. Just terrain sweep around the.
Okay. You don't see anything like that. No.
I'd say it's only been here a couple of weeks to a month. And it looks pricey. I'm not too familiar. It looks like an updated version of it.
It might have been from the station.
It makes sense if they're getting support from the Solarians as a whole. They'd have ships like
most
this.
of the front of the ship is fucked.
It's hit hard.
Just so you, yeah, it hit the surface hard.
That is exactly how I'll
But
word
it's-
it.
Are you doing the tracks check?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's already
See
done it.
nothing.
tracks bodies and alternate ship landing
That'd be
points.
where the bridge was? Somewhere
Yeah,
there.
that's where the
So the engines were shot out and they hit the ground.
The only the engines are because the engines are mostly at the rear. That's where you could. They're still mostly intact at the back. So
I thought you said that's where it was shot.
Yeah, but-
shot in the engines.
yeah.
But
But
if,
they-
It looks like it was
Right.
shot from behind it into the engines.
if they're intact and the rest of the ships, it tells you how fucked the ship actually is.
And
So
in the
if,
sense
they,
that
if they're classed as intact,
they're fucked, but they're fucked from the weapons fire that looks like it came from behind, based on no game's roll. Whereas the damage at the front is all about how it hit the ground. Based on what also what Zalo said about the time, Rosa would probably work out. Based on the amount of dust and wind being blown around, probably a good chance if there were any tracks, they've been long covered up. If it's been here at least 2 weeks.
I honestly, I was just thinking about the Mass Effect game and how you keep finding dead fucking mummified guys and stuff like that under every fucking rock.
God, I know I'd forgotten
Or
about
inside probes.
What are the dead people in these probes?
do you want me to go down there and look? Do you can overwatch?
Wouldn't I be the first one to...
that. You're going to.
Makes sense.
Leave the tank.
That one.
Wow!
No, tra-
No, this one, the low game one. When we get him a widow, that's who we'll be. The tank.
When? I'll be dead before then. I'm going to die on this mission.
Well, then we'll bring you back as a site.
Saren's going to be like, so who's been impersonating me, you little bitch?
Do that on the end.
We might still. We don't
No,
know.
we'll put you in one of
Still to
those.
his face.
We'll put you in one of those Protoss tank things.
Right.
Oh, God, I can't remember the name of those things.
No, me neither. That's why I had to call them Protoss tank thing.
So Tiela and Rosa are approaching the vessel.
Yep.
What approach vector are you taking based on... Yeah, but like you're approaching the rear of the ship in front of the ship.
Approaching the rear of the ship, and then we'll pick a side and go down that side. Preferably the side that these guys can see us on. So
Okay. When you do get around the left side of the ship, you do see what would be like a door that would raise up. It is currently closed, but
Ship door closed, and no one seems to have exited, or it's closed afterwards. Proceeding to open door.
Acknowledged. Old man.
I'm standing up to the side.
Yeah, what if it's still got power?
I was going to hit the button because you've got the gun.
Yes, but my gun only takes one arm.
Yeah.
Oh, you've also got one built in.
Yeah. So I'll stand up to the side and open the door for you. Does it power up?
There's some power there. Not much. It's a little like.
Enough
Then it
power to open
starts
the door.
Yeah.
Enough power to open the door. Proceeding to enter and sweep.
First thing I'm going to know, did any Atmo leak out when we opened the door, or no chance of survivors?
You
Didn't
don't
vent?
think there could be in a smuggling compartment.
No, you didn't get any sense of there suddenly being an outrush of air or anything.
Yeah, it'll just be like environment wasn't sealed.
Nope.
Is there any sand on the inside indicating it's been here long enough for the blown in?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how good is the visibility? I don't know if I've got any.
lights.
It's bright enough. It's
There's enough holes in it so we can see.
Yeah.
It's not pitch black, but neither is it alien.
Think about. I was going to say if you were in.
Why would you bring that up?
If you were in the Saharan or Gobi Desert during the day, but it was overcast, that's probably the brightness that you're.
That's so nice and bright for me.
Overcast of the Gobi Desert.
I know
It's an
pretty
interesting
ugly.
visual.
Yeah.
So we'll sweep the rooms, sweep the ship. I don't think there'll be too many rooms or.
Okay. For the first thing that happens is as soon as you open the door and step inside, I mean, there's an airlock area you've got to go through next.
Is the airlock broken?
There's it's looks like it's functional still.
Wow.
We've got a functioning airlock, so we might cycle this and see if there's any oxygen left. I don't want to, just in case there is someone still alive in here, I don't want to suffocate them.
You know, it would want to be handy if you turned on your camera. Then I can just see what you're doing. And you're only to him. Thank you. I'm not going to share it with Zalo because I want him focusing more on
Start
potential
cycle,
threats
so
from
when we
around.
close the door behind us.
Yeah,
I'll be
close
mostly
the main
spotting
door.
for-
But I will
around us.
update Zalo.
So
Oh no,
I'll-
you're on group comms, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Surprising what the systems are.
As you're running it, it comes up with one error saying there is already basically a breach elsewhere, not here, but it is detected that there is not basically a full seal.
Well, that's not.
You surmise
hopeful.
it's probably from the damage if this is
Yeah.
connected to the.
Wait, we'll see what happens when we go in. Does this pressurize?
No, so like it opens up and it's like there's apparently so it goes through the cycle, brings up the error and then just opens anyway because there's no.
No, it's
already detected. There's already a breach here.
it's
there's
already
no
at equal
need to-
pressure to the inside.
Yeah.
Right, so
After me. Step out into the corridor, and then it's going to be, stay back. It's going to be swing left, swing right.
Okay.
Identify.
You immediately see sprawled out across the ground and on top of some of the consoles and stuff that are in there. There's depends if you want to count them, but there's about 10 to 15 Solarian bodies.
Actually, going to swing the flashlights around and be one console, two, and just tagging and identifying each target. So as Tiala comes out, she knows where to look, where people are lying prone. So they.
More than 20% of total Solarians like that.
yeah. Oh,
Do these ships usually have this many people on them?
no, normally you send down teams to look, but I'm guessing
Omni tools, computer comm systems.
that's where I'm going.
Okay, so we're headed front.
Yep, we're pushing forward.
Okay, so we're going to start like that tactical crawl through the body and just like sweeping left, right.
Are they in suits or are they just bodies?
Some of them are in suits, some of them are just wearing like civilian.
Yep.
I just roll a 21 spot check just to monitor our position for threats.
Okay.
Radar ping?
Would
We haven't done that in a long time.
would this shuttle fit in air? Hold.
No. It's too long.
Our ship is bigger than theirs,
Also,
but not that big.
Yeah, I
The
know.
front half of this ship is like a fucked up wreckage.
So the back half would fit then.
Potentially,
I've got a laser torch.
if you literally could cut it in two, you could probably put the back
No,
half
it's all good.
It belongs to the Solarian
Yep.
government.
Are we pushing forward to the front to see?
Is Logain
What?
close enough that we can do the radar ping thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like we usually do.
I'll fire off the big bulge
The
radar.
problem is that he's close enough that the hull of the ship will be stopping you from.
I'll fire off the big bulge radar anyway, just to see if there's anything
Else
around.
around.
No, for all we know, something with a small power supply or a discrete thing might have been flung clear.
Some of them might have gotten in a rover and got away.
Yeah, could be. I don't need to roll a check, I can just do that as a
Just ping the radar. And he's doing the visual.
my extended range
He's
super
doing a
radar.
visual.
We gave you that one.
So no xenomorphs sneak up on it.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And you
It's a good
stop
idea.
it.
It is a good idea. I like that idea. We should totally have xenomorphs sneak up on us. And we can tame one as a pet.
You just want to harvest its essence.
And we will
Oh,
never.
the big one, Bitey.
I could call the big one Bitey. And then it after Captain Dentist.
That's right, he's Bitey.
So,
Captain Dentures.
so you will push forward to the front of the ship to see how much is actually still intact. If we can actually get to the controls.
The controls are pretty fucked.
Cool. Yeah, I know that, but is there any console like that is in the
Is
flight
anything
area?
functional, or is it all compacted scrap?
Right, then I'll start placing up their Omni tools and their data pads.
Yeah, if we find out who was shot down.
Well, they might have something
Well, they're
written here
not
that
Karens,
why
it's
they
not
got.
No.
So I'm going to start look for data pads if there's anything in here, and I will start cataloging person. Take their Omni tool, see if I can access. If I can't exit easily, so for them, and just cataloging everything in that procedure.
Kind of that kind of curious. I don't know what they are. That's
I will stay with Tiala,
They're
but
literally
catalog
big
them from
persons.
behind her. So it's like
If you made potato chips, but
I'm-
then people.
I'm going to stay with it, but catalog it from behind her like a
Okay.
crime scene. This is where the body lay before we interfered with it.
Gotcha.
more healthy than potatoes. Needs to be
how-
bringing carrots.
How much attention are you paying to the body itself?
I'll be. I don't have medical, but I'm just having. I will be looking to see if there's any obvious gun wounds, any wounds that haven't been inflicted by a crash. 'Cause,
I'll be running down the CSEC checklist, so it'll be like, have gun wound, is neck at an incredibly odd angle, is it, is this a suspicious death?
You have first aid. You
check
can
for
determine
any
what
signs
it is.
of biological contamination, foam around the mouth, discoloration.
The problem
You're
is,
going to the CSEC checklist?
yeah, but I'm not getting in super close. I'm standing behind Tiala and cataloging the body. She's the one digging
Alright,
in.
don't do it at all then.
Everything's being recorded, obviously, and he's seeing everything I'm seeing.
Yeah. You would get. They would all have been given orders to go down to the planet's surface to gather some samples, apparently.
Oh, so all these ones have exactly the same order, sent from the same person?
Yes.
That person is.
And that person?
That person is. Hubin Silmark.
Does it say what position they hold?
Station Commander / Project Lead.
Any interpersonal communication?
Anything like they believe they're a bit... This is sus or...
Nothing recorded on there. Most of their conversations appear fairly mundane, scientific or personal stuff as if you're looking through them.
I'm going to have a quick look. Mainly seeing if there's anything recent in the past 2 months. Also, seeing if there's anything written like these are written.
Okay, so if any of them scrawled out messages in blood.
Basically, yes.
No future. The hell is here.
I was only 1 month away from retirement.
Why have they all written this?
They would all have this on them.
Power winch, that's what I needed to buy.
Is it attached to you?
It's an enhanced grappling hook.
Like in Batman.
Yeah.
You see this, Logan? I'm looking at it while you're reading it.
The words are a little fuzzy, could you read it?
You asshole!
To all personnel, please stop what you're doing and report to the sleeping pod chamber right now. As soon as you get there, you will receive further instructions. Well, that doesn't sound ominous or anything. The future of this facility is in your hands. We will be depending on you. The lives of everyone here, everything here is depending on you. We can make history today and create a legacy that will be remembered for centuries to come. Oh my god. What did they do? They've used a biological agent on them. Who's got the medical scanner?
Zalu. Sorry. Zardoz.
Zardoz.
Can you come down here and scan these bodies, please?
Roger that.
What if these ones didn't take to the... What if these ones didn't take to the...
At this point, I think it's best you minimize your contact, check for any signs of
When you roll in the
biological
middle.
contamination, discoloration, that sort of
See when they get there, I guess, but...
around the eyes, mouth.
I can't see anything... Is there anything obvious discoloration?
I mean, beyond what
are
normally
we-
happens when they die.
Yeah.
Are we familiar enough with Silurians to know?
I've met enough Silurians.
Not and the ones that are not in suits. It depends if you want to take the helmets off the ones that
She
are.
does. She does this.
I recently have some experience with Silurians.
You do?
I dissect people.
Well,
As soon as you take the helmet off
Super
or
Broly
you
one.
pull the visor back,
Super
whichever way you
Broly.
decide to do it,
yeah.
you will notice that there is like something dry that's caked on around the mouth and chin, and there's like purple like veins up around in the eyes, around the edge of the eyes, sort of going inwards.
Well, that's not normal. Do you see this?
I was just going to ask if that was normal.
No.
Absolutely no contact with that. When we get back to the ship, get a body bag, seal it up, put it in an airtight crate. We'll need to take something back with us to the station, and you are to go through the decontamination chambers
Twice.
on double cycle.
Do we need to stop Zardoz from coming in?
No, Zardoz, being a Quarian, is naturally used to all kinds of external biohazardous things. He has an enhanced medical
Close
scanning
it up.
technology
For a
allowing him
moment.
to determine what this is. Furthermore, I understand he's actually a doctor and capable of performing autopsies and other medical procedures because my character believes that.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
With his military career too.
Yes, after
He's
all.
he's a soldier doctor pilot.
Can Tiala also make a
So effectively, the
Intelligence
thing I did in my
Boy, can she. She's highly successful.
9.
No, you are.
9! Which is still pretty good.
Okay, so
Not quite enough.
I'll run a scanner over one of
I
them.
need the mod, don't I, now?
And I'll also do a first
Plus
aid
4 on that.
to determine cause of death, although we already are fairly aware.
Yeah, the ship crashed.
A lot of yeah, you will you'd be able to tell a lot of them died from
Asphyxiation.
from the either the air coming in or from the crash itself.
But the ones in the helmets, they died of something else.
Actually, she just had a look at the guy taking the helmet off. I want to check the helmet of the guy who was actually like restrained or buckled in or something, just to see if he suffered the same ick.
What colour is that crust?
Oh, let me open them. I'm the one that's touched it for a start.
Right.
Just
It's like if you basically had a whitish grey foam and just put a hint of purple in it.
anything you want opened up, done, I'll do it. Better for one of us to be more contaminated than the rest.
Easy. 22 plus, I don't know if the medical scanner gives any bonuses. Scan these bodies. And specifically that crust.
Remember, we do have forensics investigation kits which allow for sample taking.
With that, you actually managed to determine that it's something they breathed in, a poison of some kind. You also can detect that it came directly from their tank supplies on their suits.
That's all we need to say.
Airborne poison came from their internal systems.
Okay, so the passengers were clearly infected, but what about the pilots?
Is there any other suits not being worn down here?
Yeah, there'll be a couple that weren't worn.
I'll make sure I police up a couple of suits. So, what is it? Is it poison, is it?
It'll be likely a gas emitted from somewhere in the suits. Built into the tanks, likely.
Can you scan one of these suits here and see what you can find on it?
If we've already scanned the thing once, so maybe we'll just identify if it's there again.
You can determine that there's mixed in with the oxygen in the tanks is some kind of poison.
Oh, it's just
That
mixed
matches
into the tanks.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, they were dead the second they put them on.
Which is what they're planning, because if you survive the crash, get a suit on, there may be a base down here, or there might have been one that they're aiming for. We don't know what's on the planet.
Is it possible that this isn't intended to be a poison, but it was mixed wrong? Is it possible that this drug is intended to have another effect, but was simply
Too much
in
quantity.
too much concentration?
Chemistry?
Bring a tank back so you can sample it and test it in the lab on the ship.
Yeah,
I was going to say
thinking
you'd need a chemistry kit, basically, or lab.
We have a
Determine
basic setup on Trish in the engine room close to it.
Zalo, you head back there now and get your test started. I'll come in. There's nothing else here. I'll switch over to Tiala's private company. Do you sense any other lines around here?
I'll take some samples of the forensic kit.
And it'll be
You don't have to roll.
don't forget the black
anything.
box.
There could be someone holed up in
Yeah.
a cubby or something.
There's no other active
Black
lines.
box or IFF or
If there
what's
was, no,
left of the
just us.
I'm heading
Just
back,
ask
so you
her
guys
to
will
use
have to
her
dig it out.
Asari mind
we
sensor.
don't
Yeah.
have the mechanical know how to do it.
No,
You
there's
two
no
are
other
the
active
mechanics.
mines.
Okay. I'll get the tests running and then I'll come back.
Continue
Your
investigation.
internal scans would also pick up if there was any life signs.
Or it could-
Oh, but they could be in like a sealed compartment.
I would
or
have to
something.
make a roll
That's why I
to
thought
know we'd
to
have to
double
check
check
that.
We have two mechanics. Do we want somebody to lift the IFF or the black box or
Yes.
whatever is out of this?
I mean, I'm coming in now also to check over whatever computers or omni tools that you guys have set to decide.
I might make my repair ship roll again just to identify where the black box might be located to make it easier for Logan.
You can make a tactics check while you're looking to.
Cool. So the first one, the repair,
Diallo, we should go and check if the pilot was in on this.
is 29.
Yeah.
Tactics is a net 20.
Okay. You find
I'll have a look
quite
at
marks.
excited.
You
I've gone
also
through
find
everyone's stuff, and
close
they're
to
all
it,
only got
still
the
intact,
same.
is
I'm
the
hoping that if I
transponder
found
that
something,
you
I'd be
opened up.
told.
We checked the cockpit for
You want-
mechanics.
we want that-
We didn't
yeah.
check the corpse.
I
Would
checked all
basically mean
corpses.
that if there's any security on the airlocks or anything, you can just get in because it'll be keyed to the ship if it's one of their own, theoretically.
Cool. I'll tag both of those things and I'll go off to make my tests.
So, through over all the bodies, there was nothing, including everybody I've gone through.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We just wanted to know if there was anything different about the pilot. Like, was the pilot also infected, or
Pilot's got the same symptoms, and
So he was wearing a suit though.
Yeah.
So the pilot was wearing a suit.
But
But
these
there's
are people who are wearing suits have this.
yeah. But I'm guessing okay.
so if he's that at least eliminates the pilot being in on it.
most of the people, you will notice that most of the people who weren't wearing suits were in worse shape as far as physical damage to their bodies.
Which is obvious for
went.
the crash.
So, yeah.
Yep. Nothing in the computers in the back.
They're all the computers in the back are all scientific research, scientific computers. So they're all just related to scanning, like their astronomy, geology, mineralogy.
So no
Computers
one
and stuff like that.
scribbled something else in there.
No, their terminals very specifically designed for these functions. So you can have a look through them.
I'll have a quick look through them and see if there's any. If someone's imported any data in them, obvious. I'll let the computer expert do the deep search. But I'm just looking for any other they've entered it in with stupid gibberish again.
Well, to be fair, it's all gibberish. Well, it's
Yeah,
mostly
but
gibberish to you,
there's
all gibberish to you,
there's
yeah.
gibberish and then there's gibberish. Yep, technical jargon is one thing, but gibberish is a whole other thing.